Thank you for joining us. This is Andrew Williams Jr., and it's 11 p.m. in Los Angeles. I welcome you to the Awesome Intelligence Team, LEV AI Network, our daily meeting in the evenings. I'm going to share my screen now so that you can actually see what we're here talking about. Again, thank you for your patience. This is Andrew Williams Jr. the What you're seeing now is the LEV AI website, and I'll just walk you through it. LEV AI is a new all-in-one AI tool for business growth. You can attract new customers and grow your business with easy-to-use AI tools. And this is a brief 100-second video that walks you through what LEV AI actually is. I'm going to play the video, and you can see for yourself.
Let's be real. Marketing your business and keeping up with AI tools shouldn't be this hard. That's why there's LEV AI, the all-in-one customer growth system built for entrepreneurs. Solopreneurs, small business owners, and many others. From the start, LEV AI learns your brand and voice. Need a post right now? My AI Social gives you platform-ready content, comments, and DMs. That sound just like you and speaks to your audience. Want your message everywhere? With my AI video, you can create an AI twin that looks and sounds like you, or select an avatar to deliver your script in nearly any language. Need a website today? My Web spins up a branded site. Copy, images, SEO, ready in minutes. With my network, add contacts by screenshot. LEV AI enhances each contact you add and creates a personality profile, then suggests what to say next and tracks follow-ups. It also reminds you when to reach out. And with my prospects, find new prospects, filter by location or role, and know exactly how to approach them. Not sure how to reply to a prospect? Help Me Reply keeps conversations moving and wins you more customers. With LEV AI, you show up, stay consistent, and grow without an expensive agency or a dozen tools. Ready to make AI marketing simple? Join as a member to use LEV AI for your business. Want to earn by sharing LEV AI? Become a partner. Get LEV AI.
There you go. Thank you so much for your patience and walking through that. You can actually find this video on my page, and that's at LEV AI. You can actually go to getlev.ai, and you will see this exact same presentation. Just to continue with my presentation, on the website, you'll see why LEV AI. Marketing is hard for small businesses. Too many tools, tech feels overwhelming, leads are slow. LEV AI puts everything you need in one place, creates posts in seconds, know what to say next, track every contact, launch a custom website, set reminders, scale your message in nearly any language. And the great news is that as my screen freezes, we're joined by my partner, Mr. Reamus Muhammad, who can now introduce himself and give us a little background on LEV AI. I'm actually walking in his footsteps. This is a team effort. So when I share with you that this is the Awesome Intelligence Team, LEV AI Network, this is a very personalized version of what's being rolled out by 40,000 other people around the world. But we're decided to work together and under the leadership of Randy Schrader, who is our chief mentor in chief, and the company is led by his son, Blake. So this is very much a family affair. But as I said, my partner's here, so I'm going to stop sharing now and allow Mr. Remus Muhammad to introduce himself, if he so chooses.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Very excited. Thank you so much, Andrew. Great to be here with the family all over the world. And excited to share this LEV AI. It's the first time we've done it actually together. We've been open as a company now officially for like 3 days now, going on our third day. But we've been pushing this for the last couple of weeks. We saw it coming. I was blessed to get introduced to it by a partner of mine. And we call it awesome intelligence because the world knows it as artificial intelligence. But it has such a negative connotation. Like all of artificial intelligence is going to put everybody's job um, out. It's going to have them to where their job's been taken over by some artificial intelligence. There's no need for the humans anymore. And we're going to have a bunch of 300 million robots running around the planet and they're just going to take over. So put a whole new energy on it. I decided this idea, and Andrew agreed right away. Awesome intelligence, because we get to leverage this awesome intelligence and make it work for us. We get to train it. And so I've just been excited about it. Been a couple of days now. We've launched it here in the United States and in Canada. And next week, it looks like we're going to be launching it to other places around the world. So we're not sure exactly how many countries, but we do know that next week, the intention is to launch this all over many, many other countries across this planet. So we're excited. We're looking at some point to get to 98% of all countries on the planet. But anyways, right now, we're leveraging AI. We're leveraging it. This company is doing that. And us at Awesome Intelligence, Andrew, myself, we're putting our networks and we're letting everybody know that this thing exists now. Absolutely phenomenal what's been rolled out. All that you get for either $49 or $100. Absolutely phenomenal. Andrew was going over some of it, and we have plenty of videos. We wanted to just kind of take our time to get our team plugged in, answer any questions as they begin over the days and the weeks to come, as they begin to get involved, and then begin to learn how LEV AI allows every individual to leverage, as the name suggests, leverage the artificial intelligence. But they've got a suite of products that allow people to just come in and do what they want to do with the social media, put some posts out there, really personalize and train up LEV AI on their own behalf. I'm training it up to think the way I think, make important what's important to me as it is dealing with me and getting myself and my particular avatar, my particular brain is really what it comes down to. My intelligence as AI is running it, but I just put my flavor on it. The books I like, the music I like, um, the people that I respect. All of that factors into the nuances of how this artificial intelligence, how this awesome intelligence is going to work and selling the world me and interacting with the world the way I want it to. So that frees up my time, my energy. So now we've leveraged the AI to go to work for us, do all the mundane things and really learn all the intricate things on being able to create contact lists for us, have our own contact list and introduce it and meet new people and just present to the world and get in front of the world or whatever market we want to get in front of us. And we get to learn what we want to do. Phenomenal. No limit to how it's going to be utilized all across the planet. But we're just getting people accustomed to training up the artificial intelligence the way they think and utilize it for the interests that they have, whatever those interests are across the planet. So Andrew, any thoughts, anything that you wanted to share about what the people should know at this point
Well,
as we try to service our brothers and sisters all across, mostly on the other side of the planet.
well, thank you so much, Remus.
Yeah.
And that being the case, this is actually a courtesy, a courtesy presentation, particularly for the members of our team who registered from Bangladesh and from India. But I did actually want to share with you an article that I wrote that goes into more detail about this. So Remus, I know it's very late. Again, I'm gonna take maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes to just read, content I've already written. So depending on what your schedule is, I can handle this, and that way we'll have no record, and then you can always check back at your convenience, brother.
I appreciate you, man. Keep up the good work. I'm excited. Go ahead and do what you do. I'll be in the background listening in as well.
At your convenience. All right, brother. Thank you so much. Okay, so as part of this journey, I began to take time to write out some of the ideas that came to my mind about ways this new technology could be used. Uh, this is not, quote, new technology. What it is it's a new bundle, a bundle of technologies that are pulled together in one place to be able to deliver solutions that are affordable, that are actually available on a one-on-one basis. But let's say, for example, you have 8 different AI tools that you can subscribe to right now to address a specific area of your need. So what LEV AI has done is to leverage AI by creating a suite of tools that are all connected to each other. So they, as Remus said earlier, he trains the AI to his specific personality and background. But I'm going to share with you basically one of the articles that I wrote, and I'll be doing this on a regular basis. Right now, I only have 3 subscribers. I just began. This is medium.com. So I'm inviting any of you that have an interest to, read the article and actually subscribe to my channel. Very simple. So, with no further ado, LEV AI launches with multilingual AI avatars, PayPal cash payouts, and upcoming crypto options to transform global remittances. And I brand this, Andrew Williams Jr., as a global brand ambassador. And that's literally what all these 40,000 plus team members are. We're all global brand ambassadors for LEV AI. So, how LEV AI empowers remittance recipients to reach global market. This is an area very, very dear to my heart because I have many friends that are here in the United States that have family in other parts of the world, in India and Bangladesh, as I mentioned earlier, but also throughout Africa. And in many cases, it's the help that they provide to support their families that keep the entire community going. What we see is an opportunity for LEV AI to empower remittance recipients to reach the global market. For example, let's say you have a LEV AI enrollee that's a recipient of remittances in Africa or India or anywhere else in the world. Then that provides global market access instantly to outreach to investors, customers, and partners worldwide. And the payments come back in U.S. currency value rather than their local currency value. But what makes all this work is their diaspora family member that lives or works in Canada or the United States. So the idea is this: if there are those people that are here in the United States that are supporting family members in other parts of the world, we simply ask you to enroll them as a LEV AI partner. And then you join them as their first partner. What that does is this. Let's say the cost is $100 plus a $19 annual fee. So let's say you go ahead and enroll them as part of your outreach to, build this connection. So then the first person they enroll is you. So then you pay in your $100, but $50 of that goes to them. That's their first $50 income from this opportunity. But the great news is this: we're assuming you're going to find value and share this with other members of your network here in the United States. Every time you do, that means more money goes to that recipient in another part of the world. So September 17th, 2025, marked the official launch of LEV AI, a multilingual global business network designed to turn remittances into wealth creation opportunities. At the heart of this breakthrough is the introduction of multilingual AI avatars, LEV AI twins, for every enrollee, empowering recipients across Africa, Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean to instantly communicate, market, and sell to the world. This is how remittances leap from survival money to global market access, agreed Andrew Williams Jr., a global LEV AI brand ambassador, and Reamus Muhammad, his LEV AI sponsor. LEV AI twins make it possible for anyone, no matter where they live or what language they speak, to present their business, cause, or initiative in multiple languages, reaching investors, customers, and partners worldwide, says Muhammad. You can enroll here for Williams at http getlev.ai/Andrew Networks, and for Muhammad, https getlev.ai/131590. Now, there is a daily schedule for meetings to describe this. This is a brand new launch, and there was not a dollar spent on advertising, but over 40,000 people joined, primarily through Zoom webinars. And you can actually attend those at 9 a.m. Pacific time or 6 p.m. Pacific time. You can also attend one of our sessions, Andrew and Remus, at 11 a.m. Pacific or 11 p.m. Pacific time. So the question is, why do multilingual avatars matter? Well, the first place, you can break language barriers. Each enrollee receives a customizable AI avatar capable of speaking in English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Arabic, Swahili, Hindi, Mandarin, Tagalog, and more. Fast adoption for remittance recipients. Families in remittance-dependent regions can instantly use their avatars to pitch ideas, showcase products, and launch campaigns without needing translators or expensive marketing teams. Global reach. From an artisan in Kenya to youth entrepreneurs in the Philippines, LEV AI twins allow local voices to resonate globally, expanding into markets in North America, Europe, Asia, and the Middle East overnight. Immediate PayPal payouts, crypto coming soon. LEV AI ensures that new income opportunities are matched with frictionless global payments. PayPal payouts are available now. Participants can receive their income in US and Canadian dollars via PayPal. Cryptocurrency options are next, with crypto adoption booming in Africa, particularly Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa, and Asia, particularly in India, Vietnam, and the Philippines. LEV AI will soon allow payouts in stable coins and digital wallets, making borderless income a reality. So this is how it works. Recipients enroll in LEV AI and receive their multilingual AI avatar. Senders enroll under recipients, linking diaspora families in the USA and Canada into the same income network. Launch campaigns globally. Recipients use their avatars to pitch businesses, cultural projects, and community initiatives in multiple languages. And then earn money through PayPal in US dollars or Canadian dollars. And expand their financial access as crypto payout options roll out. This is not just a platform, it's a megaphone for the global south, and Williams emphasized. By giving every participant a multilingual avatar, we remove the biggest barrier, language, and open the door to markets, funders, and partners that were once out of reach. With remittances flowing steadily from North America into Africa, Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean, LEV AI is positioned to convert these billions into sustainable, scalable businesses that speak every language of opportunity. The call to action. The launch is live. LEV AI is open for enrollment now. Multilingual avatars give every enrollee an instant passport to global business, Williams said. With PayPal payouts live and crypto options on the way, LEV AI is ready to empower families everywhere to step into the global stage. About LEV AI. LEV AI is a multilingual global business network powered by artificial intelligence. Each enrollee receives a LEV AI twin, an AI avatar that speaks multiple languages, alongside tools for grant discovery, CRM, e-commerce, and marketing. By linking remittance senders and recipients, LEV AI transforms one-way transfers into income streams paid in US and Canadian dollars via PayPal with crypto options coming soon. Again, for me, you can enroll at https getlev.ai/Andrew Networks. I am, in fact, your media contact as well, and you can reach me by email at Andrew Networks, WhatsApp 1-213-781-4256, or Instagram at Ambassador AWJ. So, Reamus Muhammad, if you're still there, do you have any comments? And if not, I'm going to proceed to the next article.
Yeah, I'm still here, Andrew. Yeah, good stuff. No, man, I just love what you're saying. Let you keep on flowing. It sounds great.
Okay, well, thank you. Well, this again comes kind of close to my heart, and this is an op-ed I did. It's a call to action why goodwill ambassadors must deploy LEV AI in this decade of action. And this is me, Andrew Williams Jr., and I'm at 5 Points Youth Foundation here in Los Angeles, California, where I've been president now for just a bit over 10 years. And I was one of the first Facebook ambassadors appointed back in 2009 by globecal.net. So when I became president of 5 Points Youth Foundation, I looked around and began appointing goodwill ambassadors for 5 Points around the world. Now we have over 100 goodwill ambassadors representing our interests and common causes in nations as diverse as South Africa to, again, the Philippines, Bangladesh, and multiple countries around the world. So we are living in extraordinary times. The decade of action to deliver the Sustainable Development Goals demands bold leaderships to do that by 2030. Yet, just as urgency peaks, the world faces accelerating threats, climate disasters growing in intensity, political upheaval destabilizing societies, and inequalities deepening across every region. This is not a time for hesitation. It is a time for goodwill ambassadors and activists to rise with new tools and fresh resolve. And that tool is LEV AI. LEV AI is more than a platform. It is a movement engine built to serve those on the front lines. It equips ambassadors and activists with AI-powered grant discovery, multilingual communication, campaign management, and data visualization that transform vision into action. With LEV AI, grassroots leaders gain the same leverage as global institutions, bridging the gap between local urgency and global opportunity. And you can join right now. Go to https://getlev.ai/Andrew Networks. So imagine ambassadors in Africa and the Caribbean using LEV AI to forecast climate risks and mobilize disaster-ready communities. Picture youth leaders in Latin America deploying LEV AI to amplify cultural tourism campaigns tied to sustainable livelihoods. Envision women activists across Asia leveraging LEV AI to analyze gender disparities and secure funding for equality initiatives. These are not dreams. These are possibilities waiting for those bold enough to act. The Sustainable Development Goals will not be delivered by institutions alone. They will be achieved by ambassadors and activists who deploy new tools to accelerate outcomes at the community level. The next 5 years are decisive. Failure to act means the promise of 2030 fades into history as just another missed opportunity. So I urge every goodwill ambassador, every activist, every movement builder, join us. Deploy LEV AI. Use this platform to connect across borders, to unlock resources, to confront climate and inequality head on. The challenges are immense, but so is our collective power. With LEV AI, we can transform this decade of action into a decade of delivery. LEV AI provides practical AI tools, funding access, multilingual outreach, and CRM support that community ambassadors and activists can harness to deliver impact across all 17 Sustainable Development Goals. By combining technology with cultural diplomacy and grassroots action, LEV AI turns vision into sustainable community transformation. These are the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Number 1, no poverty. LEV AI helps ambassadors map poverty hotspots, discover grants, and connect nonprofits with funders. AI-driven insights further identify under-resourced areas, automate donor outreach, and provide CRM tools to sustain long-term poverty alleviation campaigns. SDG number 2, zero hunger. LEV AI supports food security by linking activists with agricultural innovations, food banks, and aid programs. AI analytics track supply chains, reduce food waste, and generate multilingual outreach campaigns to mobilize community volunteers and donors. SDG 3, good health and well-being. Activists can use LEV AI to create awareness campaigns, track community health metrics, and access funding for clinics or wellness programs. AI-assisted translation ensures health messages reach vulnerable populations in their native language. Number 4, quality education. LEV AI empowers education ambassadors with AI tutors, curriculum tools, and grant finding capabilities. It helps non-governmental organizations scale digital literacy programs, build partnerships with schools globally, and create multilingual learning content for inclusive education.
Andrew, can I jump in on that part real quick?
Of course.
As I'm sitting here thinking about the infinite possibilities, and as you're describing what boots on the ground activists and other people in these communities, how they can utilize, hold on one second, and how they can utilize Turn this off for a second. What is now available. When you think about the language, I think about a lot of other countries. I think about China. I think about other countries that are investing into across Africa. I know it's 54 countries, but just the idea of training now, just the immediacy of speaking in Chinese, let's just say, but then now it's translated into whatever language in Africa that people speak. Um, who knows? And so just the ease and the everyday people, like you said, the activists and the individuals that can push it into the hands of everyday people that can now really just take their understanding up to another level of whoever they're working with, and even sharing whatever they're doing locally with other people that are coming in from other places. So that really just resonated in my spirit about how the everyday people is what it really comes down to. These activists that obviously deal with the everyday folks, and that to me is really the engine that makes all these countries so powerful. Is the everyday people will now have access to whatever information they want around the planet. Back to you, Andrew.
Thank you so much. And the point is, well, you brought up a very important point. But here's the thing, Remus: the tools that we're talking about, uh, they can get them individually. They don't have to wait for LEV AI to do any of the things I discussed. LEV AI is not bringing any new technology. What LEV AI does, however, is bring these tools together under one umbrella, so to speak, so that whereas it here in the United States, it's somewhat affordable for people here to subscribe to several different AI tools in the course of their business or the recreational life. However, we're providing them with a major savings by bundling all of those tools under one subscription with Lab AI. That's important here in America, but I really believe it's going to be even more important in places around the world that don't have the same type of income for their people that we do here in the United States. So, by providing the goodwill ambassadors in these various countries with affordable tools, this also helps them to accomplish their goals and objectives, whatever they are, whether they decide to use LEV AI for their own community activities or the sustainable development goals. The idea is that individual people will be more empowered. So that particularly applies to women, which is our next focus, gender equality. LEV AI provides research and data visualization on gender disparities, supports grant writing for women-led initiatives, and amplifies advocacy campaigns through AI-powered storytelling that highlight women's leadership and voices. Number 6, clean water and sanitation. Community water projects benefit from LEV AI's predictive analytics on water quality and infrastructure needs. Ambassadors can discover climate resilient water grants and mobilize resources with target campaigns to expand clean water access. Affordable and clean energy. LEV AI can connect activists with renewable energy funders, create localized awareness campaigns for solar and wind adoption, and help design AI powered dashboards to measure community impact of energy projects. Number 8, decent work and economic growth. LEV AI empowers community entrepreneurs by matching them with microfinance, grants, and training opportunities. AI-driven CRM tools support job fairs, workforce development programs, and small business incubators. SDG 9.
And before you go into that one, Andrew, can I just highlight something again?
Sure, of course.
A lot of people in America obviously have connections to Africa, Asia, to the rest of the planet. So a lot of people, let's say in some of these countries, they may or may not, and not that all of Africa is obviously poor, they're definitely not. But just the covering for those countries that maybe the economics isn't on the level obviously where America is on this kind of level. Corporations everywhere in America and this kind of thing. But the funding of individuals now by people, it's so much money is going to be created because it's such a great service that people will gladly spend $100 a month to the tune of millions, I'm sure, hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands. We already got tens of thousands. But as that begins to multiply, and a good percentage of people in America have relatives in Africa, and so they can have people in Africa that are actually enrolled in this same program, and that'll be income coming into Africa, paid out $50 chunks, for example, as we know, $20 chunks every time. I'm talking about every single month. You do the math, hundreds, thousands, maybe tens of thousands, I'm sure, hundreds of thousands of people in any given country. That's an income that just keeps coming in for individuals. It'll be very interesting to see how the politics plays out and how the democratization, you might say, letting everyday people, women, men, have access and power and even education. I went back to that in my mind, but just on the idea that, like you're just talking about, as our part number 8 here, I believe, sustainable development goals number 8. I think you just covered, but the entrepreneurship, business, education, how that all overlaps, and how individuals will have income coming in, and whether they're in America funneling it over to Africa or actually maybe in Africa in particular, Asia as well, but just talking about Africa right now. um, Money will actually be coming into individuals, and obviously even some of the activists, some of the people that are um, maybe they're more educated, maybe they've been off to school and college, maybe they speak different languages. They could really funnel a whole nother stream, and the education. Money itself goes a long way, of course, but then also just the education and just the ability for anybody over in Africa to say whatever they're saying and have what they're saying translated into another language, and have whatever's being spoken in another language translated into their language, so they can see somebody from all over the world speaking in their language, even though the person that's speaking doesn't even know their language. But because it's their AI that's talking, it will be translated into whatever local languages there in Africa. So I'm excited for that.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing. You unpacked several ideas that I'd like to delve into, but I'm going to step through the remaining of these goals, and then we can circle back around if that's okay. So,
Absolutely, that's fine.
all right. So SDG number 9 is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Activists promoting innovation hubs can use LEV AI to identify global partnerships, draft proposals for infrastructure investments, and visualize how technology adoption accelerates local economic growth. SDG 10, reduced inequalities. LEV AI enables targeted campaigns addressing marginalized groups by providing translation, inclusive communications tools, and data on inequality gaps. Activists can use AI to draft equity-focused grant proposals and connect with solidarity networks. SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities. LEV AI supports smart city initiatives by helping ambassadors map resiliency networks, create sustainability charters, and engage residents through AI-powered cultural tourism campaigns tied to America 250 and tourism for the Sustainable Development Goals. So, SDG 12, responsible consumption and production. LEV AI assists in promoting circular economy projects by analyzing waste reduction data, connecting communities to sustainability funders, and generating behavior change campaigns tailored to local cultures. SDG 13, climate action. Climate activists use LEV AI to model local risks, access climate finance, and scale advocacy campaigns. AI, LEV AI generates real-time reports for policymakers and creates movements like EarthJoe 777 that amplify grassroots climate voices. SDG 14, Life Below Water. LEV AI empowers ocean advocates by tracking marine data, drafting proposals for coastal cleanup projects, and creating global digital campaigns to protect fisheries, reefs, and coastal communities. SDG 15, Life on Land. Community ambassadors promoting reforestation or biodiversity can use LEV AI to map conservation zones, draft grant applications for eco projects, and build cross-border collaborations for forest and wildlife preservation. We're getting towards the end with SDG 16 for peace, justice, and strong institutions. LEV AI helps peace builders track human rights data, manage justice reform campaigns, and build global solidarity movements. AI-powered communications strengthen transparency, community trust, and advocacy for stronger civic institutions. And finally, SDG 17, Partnerships for the Goals. LEV AI is a catalyst for partnerships. It connects ambassadors across borders, automates matchmaking between NGOs and funders, and manages large-scale collaborations like the UN Global Compact, local networks, America 250, and Tourism for the SDGs. So this is being, as I said, being brought to you by myself, Andrew Williams Jr. As a global brand ambassador for LEV AI, you can Instagram me at Ambassador AWJ or reach me through Andrew at Andrew Networks. So I'll open the floor up to you, Remus, for any commentary that you might have before we proceed.
Yeah, this is so perfect for all of the global goodwill ambassadors in this decade of change. It's really, really going to facilitate so much easier a lot of the good works. And one of the things I thought about also was, as we know, with social media in America and everywhere around the planet has social media, but I look forward to myself as an American, and I can just imagine all the other Americans, African Americans I know that do a lot of work across America, striving to do good things for Africa, knowing that's the motherland, and all of us here in the diaspora. But being able to see what's going on in Africa because of the social media engagement is going to have to go up with those that are in Africa just posting, just on different social media, YouTube, whatever, just the ability to let the world see what they want to show, just like
Right.
we do here in America. So the ability to be connected, even if we're not physically, and of course there will be a lot of physical movement, I'm sure, as a result of really seeing the boots on the ground in the businesses, in the corporations, in the high rises that exist in Africa. Just see what's going on and really just dispel a lot of ignorance about what is real time situations, even to the point I thought about wars, for example, like in Gaza, obviously on an extreme, where they don't let media in. And, obviously, I just see down the road here where people seeing what's going on. It's hard to do nonsense in the light. It's easy to do nonsense in the dark. When nobody can see what's going on, it's easy to do all kinds of manner of devilishment, you might say. But when the cameras are on and when people can actually see the day to day, what's going on, who's doing what, shining light on the good, I just know that's going to have a big effect for the world to see what's going on in different places where prior to now, it's just not feasible economically and there's just no infrastructure in place to do such. So that's some of my thoughts.
You put your finger on it, and I'll give you a perfect example. 3 years ago or more, Nigeria was in an uproar. The citizens were in an uproar in the entire country, but very few people in the mainstream media caught it. But I have also a network of citizen journalists who are themselves activists. We were able to get frontline content from people on the streets as the Molotov cocktails were being thrown, as the police were rounding up people in the community. We had some of the very first images of that happening just through the network we have in place. The difference now, however, is that by using LEV AI to empower these people that are on the streets, not just with an ability to reach out to their Facebook page and post something up there so that just only their friends could see it, this could empower each of them to have a wider global footprint and build an awareness, as you say, that goes much beyond an incident and actually brings people into their community to see what's going on so that when people travel and visit, they'll know where they're going and how to build a relationship. So this is, I think, a very important tool as we go forward, Remus. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, that was just something that just, by listening to you and just really envisioning how this can and will roll out, obviously with the infrastructures that already exist will be one thing. Obviously, it'll create more infrastructure and more ability without, and again, I go back to what you had already mentioned about um, the amount of infrastructure we take for granted in America here that's in place, and it's pretty much anywhere, everywhere you go, you got Wi-Fi connectivity, you've got people that have cell phones, and just different things that a lot of that infrastructure is just not that developed everywhere. And so, therefore, the barrier to entry of money now goes out the window because even if it took some activists or some people that have it going on pretty good to just put some people in place in position, have a position, it could be one time type cost to get them involved for the 118, let's just say. Um, and now they get several. I mean, with $10,000, how many people could get involved with the business? They could just be given a spot and then they could be sharing and talking because there's a lot of people in Africa and a lot of places that connect with people from other countries already, whether it be France, whether it be England, whether it be other African countries, South Africa, whatever, whatever. And so, Asian. So now it's going to really do a lot to, in my mind, help balance the playing field. And that's just the infinite possibilities of how that's going to actually play out is very exciting to me.
For me. And this brings us perfectly a segue into from the corner shops to the global markets. How LEV AI can transform small businesses everywhere through multilingual avatars, provide global market access, even for solopreneurs, to provide them with affordable, accessible, and scalable income opportunities, and even mom and pop stores to take it to the next step, and even use payments that work for small businesses no matter where they are in the world. So I'm encouraging, of course, everyone to enroll now. For decades, small businesses have carried communities: the neighborhood cafe, the tailor on the corner, the mom and pop grocery store, the street vendor, the solopreneur with a digital dream. These enterprises are the heartbeat of local economies. Yet, in a world increasingly driven by technology, they are often left behind. The most advanced AI platforms have been built for multinational corporations. Pricing, language access, and technical barriers put them far out of reach for everyday business owners. The result: large companies scale globally while small players fight to survive locally. But this is about to change. The pending global rollout of LEV AI represents not just another tech launch, it's a lifeline, an equalizer, and an opportunity for small businesses worldwide to step into the global stage. LEV AI is a multilingual global business network powered by artificial intelligence. Each enrollee receives an LEV AI twin, an AI avatar that speaks multiple languages, alongside tools for grant discovery, CRM, e-commerce, and marketing. By linking remittance senders and recipients, LEV AI transforms one-way transfers into income streams paid in US and Canadian dollars via PayPal with crypto options coming soon.
Andrew, if I can share once again another thought, as I know this is recorded and just it's to me it's brainstorming. I was doing a live earlier today on Instagram, and I was actually I had my desktop up and I was showing the functionality being in the back office. I actually showed setting up your website, how easy it is to do it. And as myself and other people now are, 2, 3 days into this learning how to do these things that normally would take a lot more expertise, a lot more understanding, but to immediately create a website. I'm just thinking to myself, when the activists and people in America that are doing great causes, helping out Africa, loving Africa. maintaining certain cultures. They can be in partnership, literally fly into different countries now, which many people are already doing anyway. But now they can actually educate individuals there to get their own websites that much easier. My goodness, just have a presence and then immediately interact, have exchange through the website for other people that want to connect in America, and they just otherwise would feel a bit of a barrier, a bit of a challenge to how do they connect, where do they connect. So now it's like, okay, you could see people over there, you could connect that much easier. Now you can set up shop over there. You could come in and train people in an hour, 2 hours. You could cover so much ground on how to use the LEV AI and have their own they could train up their own LEV AI, and
Mm-hmm.
as that begins to take root and begin to spread and that becomes normalized, now you have viable ports of entry. Each person is a port of entry over in Africa at that point for you to connect with, do business with, equalize, stabilize, normalize. There'll be it'll be some people getting empowered that have never been empowered. That's going to change the culture in and of itself, because a lot of times, as we know, just like in America, things can get very hierarchical. And it's just the powers that be want to stay powers that be by keeping others down. But to some extent, now more eyes on the scene, more business going on, now in a good way. And I could see presidents of countries, prime ministers, people that are excited to see the energy that it's going to bring across the board. Because if we're excited over here in America of all the functionality, my goodness, I can only imagine how much could be done to, I mean, health wise, education. Oh my goodness. So it's not just trusting one benevolent person supposedly over there. I think about Bill Gates, and it's like you're just totally at the mercy of him or whoever, the World Health Organization. But now everybody eventually will be empowered to connect to who they want, where they want.
You went on mute, Remus. Are you still there?
Sorry about that. Yeah, I was just
Okay,
saying. I think I missed the last sentence or two. I was just saying that. Yeah, just the avenues of connectivity being set up.
gotcha.
That's all.
All right, thank you, sir. So now, before exploring LEV AI's promise, let's be honest about the challenges. There are struggles for small businesses in a globalized economy. The first thing is the data gaps. Mainstream AI tools perform well in English, Spanish, or Mandarin, but for businesses service, this sounds familiar. Did I go over this? This sounds familiar, but I must have used it in some of my other articles. So I'll go through this as though it's fresh. So,
There might be some overlaps, but it's all good.
yeah, yeah. So mainstream AI tools perform well in English, French, Spanish, or Mandarin. For businesses serving in languages like Swahili, Creole, Tagalog, or Yoruba, the tools fall short. This leaves countless entrepreneurs in Africa, Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean invisible in the digital marketplace. And this is really what you were talking about earlier, Remus. So many people in the Western economies give a lot of credibility to companies that have what they consider to be the basics, like a website. But when I've talked to many people in Africa over the years, that's a very big struggle for them to be able to accomplish. And what I'm suggesting is a new way to leverage LEV AI. So in addition to individuals getting LEV AI, for their own business, it is possible for those leaders of NGOs to get LEV AI and use it for their community benefit. Because at the $50 level or $49 level, you only get one website. But with the professional level, $100, you can get multiple websites. So imagine this. You actually have a non-governmental organization, let's say, for example, in Lagos, Nigeria, that services the community through, let's say, food distribution. Okay, so you have restaurants and markets in that area that don't have websites. But through this collaboration, each of them could have a website through this non governmental organization. And all of them could have their websites available so that when visitors come in from around the world to the area, now they know where to go to find the people that they want to deal with and actually see what's going on in the community. So you're absolutely right, Remus. This could actually flip the script, and put the power in the hands of the people themselves. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. I see that. Love it, man. I love it. Like I said, I don't know how many websites. I think it's unlimited that one person could, yeah, a partner could have. So, yeah, a person, an activist in the community could definitely get 100, 200, 500, and just be about the business of getting everybody their own website just off that one
yes,
account. Yeah.
yes. So cultural nuance. Even when translation exists, nuance gets lost. The bakery owner in Nairobi doesn't just want to translate bread into English, they want to convey tradition, hospitality, and culture. Current AI often misses this human touch. Then there's the cost barrier. Enterprise AI solutions can run into the thousands of dollars per month. For a sari shop in India, a food truck in the Dominican Republic, or a family run hardware store in Ghana, that cost is impossible. And then there's limited market access. Small businesses are rooted in their communities. While this is a strength, it also means they struggle to access larger international markets that could dramatically grow their income. So, enter LEV AI, the global equalizer. The global rollout of LEV AI is designed with small businesses at its center. Instead of asking, how can we optimize big corporations? LEV AI asks, how can we empower the millions of small businesses that power the world? The answer lie in four innovations. One, multilingual avatars, the LEV AI twins. Every enrollee in LEV AI receives a multilingual AI avatar, a digital twin capable of presenting their products, services, or causes in multiple languages. The Jamaican cafe owner can promote daily specials in Creole for locals and English for visiting tourists. A Peruvian artisan can market handmade textiles in Spanish at home and English abroad, with avatars ensuring the cultural story behind the craft shines through. The Filipino solopreneur can live stream a product launch in Tagalog while simultaneously engaging English speaking diaspora buyers. This isn't translation, it's amplification. LEV AI twins are megaphones for small businesses. And I see uh, Remus, that Gautam Chaudhary from India has joined us. We'll get around to introducing him very shortly. But global market access is also a very strong feature. Language is often the first barrier to global expansion. LEV AI removes that barrier entirely. Imagine a street vendor in Kenya using their LEV AI twin to pitch their products to potential customers in New York or London, or a Brazilian small business owner attracting French speaking customers in West Africa. With LEV AI, the local suddenly becomes global. Number three, affordable, accessible, and scalable. Unlike enterprise AI systems that demand high fees, LEV AI operates as a subscription service as a subscription model designed for accessibility. What makes it even more unique is its diaspora enrollment structure. Diaspora family members in the US and Canada can enroll under their relative's account. This shared model subsidizes access, lowering costs for small business at home. In effect, families co-create business networks that are financially sustainable. This means a corner shop in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, or a tailor in Lagos, Nigeria, can access the same cutting-edge AI tools as a multinational in New York. And four, payments that work for small businesses. Even the best tools mean little if businesses can't get paid easily. LEV AI solves this with PayPal payouts in the US and Canadian dollars, providing stability and protecting against local inflation. With the cryptocurrency options coming soon, this reflects Africa's and Asia's rapid adoption of digital assets for cross-border trade. For small businesses, this isn't convenience, it's survival. Stable, borderless income ensures hard work translates into real prosperity. And as we close, I'll share with you several case studies, what this looks like. The Nairobi Bakery. With LEV AI, the owner uses an avatar to post bilingual ads on social media. Locals see Swahili contents. Tourists see English. Sales rise 30% in 6 months. The Dominican food truck, operating near cruise ship ports, their family runs promotions in Spanish for locals and English for international tourists. Orders increase from visiting customers who feel welcomed. The Indian Sari Shop. The business live streams sales in Hindi and English simultaneously. Indian diaspora buyers in Canada purchase online, creating a new revenue stream. And finally, the Filipino freelancer. The solopreneur in Manila offers web design. With LEV AI, she markets in Tagalog to local small medium enterprises and in English to U.S. startups, doubling her client base. Why this matters now? The stakes couldn't be higher. Small businesses employ more than 60% of the global workforce and contributes up to 40% of GDP in emerging markets. Yet they remain the most underserved in the digital revolution. LEV AI's global rollout is not just about giving tools to the privileged few. It's about democratizing technology so the world's smallest businesses can finally compete on equal terms. This is not a Western experiment. It's a global movement. So the call to action to every solopreneur, every family-run shop, every mom and pop store struggling to compete, LEV AI was built for you. So enroll today, gain your multilingual AI twin, present your products to the world in every language that matters, receive payments instantly, step out of the shadows of the local market and into the light of global opportunity. Because the future of business doesn't belong only to the giants. With LEV AI, the future belongs to everyone. And you can enroll right now with https getlev.ai / Andrew Networks. And I am your media contact for this and other articles, Andrew Williams Jr., and I am a global LEV AI brand ambassador, along with Mr. Reamus Muhammad, Mr. Gautam Choudhury, and over 40,000 other people. So you can join this network today and strengthen our hand and our cause. So, Remus, I'm going to put a pause there. Mr. Gautam Choudhury, are you able to unmute yourself and introduce yourself? Gautam, are you there? And you don't have to, but we do want to welcome you to this collaboration. And just to give you a little background, Remus, Gautam and I have been connected for over 10 years. He was one of the very first Goodwill ambassadors that 5 Points Youth Foundation appointed back in 2015 when we were dealing with the Caring for Climate campaign to building a worldwide community resiliency network. So Gautam is in India, His expertise is in human resources. So there may be, I think, multiple opportunities for someone of his skill sets to take full advantage of what we have going on here. So, Gautam, thank you so much for joining us.
No, that's exciting. Nice to meet you, Gotham. Man, that's impressive. I'm new to learning about you. I know Andrew and the network that he has. Obviously, they've already done business with you and stuff. So I'm excited. That's part of what I'm so excited about, to meet you and just see how your mind recognizes. I would love to hear, but not obligated. I know you're listening in and everything, but I would love to hear over time what you see as what this may do for the people that you know personally. Yeah, can't wait to hear those stories.
Okay, I'm going to take a bit of a diversion and come back to the social media, to the social aspect, and I want to bring this up and deal with something that's kind of close to my heart as well. Hip hoppers and people in the entertainment field. Um, what I'm going to ask everyone to do, we've had challenges with our video, but I want to ask you to understand that registration has now ended, but we do have a opportunity for you to still join. It's just not free, but you can take full advantage of all of these services and features that we're talking about here. Let's see here. I don't know really if I was able to put any content here. Yeah, okay. So I'll just review this and I'll move back to the dealing with what's happening in Africa. But in the accelerating digital economy, influencers stand at a unique crossroads. Their platforms are already commanding attention, but the challenge lies in converting that influence into long-term reciprocal revenue streams that not only benefit themselves, but create value for their fans and followers. For too long, influencer merchandising has been one directional. Creators push products, fans purchase, and revenue stops at the point of sale. This model is outdated. Today's audiences crave reciprocity, shared ownership, and opportunities to be more than passive consumers. They want to feel like stakeholders in the communities they support. This is where next generation platforms like LEV AI come into play. By enrolling early, influencers gain the ability to transform their merchandising channels into circular economies. Instead of fans just buying a hoodie or a coffee mug, they can be looped into affiliate style reciprocity, earning discounts, rewards, or even a percentage of sales when they help amplify your brand. Every follower becomes a micro ambassador, multiplying both reach and revenue. So I'm encouraging people to join now. Again, get LEV AI /Andrew Networks. But the data is clear. Audiences who feel invested spend more, stay longer, and advocate harder. This shift from audience to community to ecosystem is the future of influencer commerce. And the influencers who act now during this pre-launch window will establish themselves as the early pioneers of this reciprocal model. Waiting is risky. Once the marketplace matures, late adopters will struggle to stand out. By enrolling now, influencers secure first mover advantages, access AI powered personalization, and establish fan powered revenue streams that scale 24/7. Influencers are not just content creators, they are community builders. Enrolling today means building with and not just selling to your audience. In an era of global uncertainty and digital transformation, the strongest brands will be those rooted in reciprocity, empowerment, and shared prosperity. It's time for influencers to step up, not just as entertainers, but as architects of a new participatory economy. Those tools are here. The opportunity is now. The only question is, will you lead or will you follow? And that brings us back around, Remus, to an opportunity for you to make a comment before we move on to our next article. The ball's in your court, sir.
Yeah, no, so much good stuff, so much good energy in the atmosphere in terms of what we've got going on with this LEV AI. I tell you, we're 2 days, tomorrow's 3 days into this. And just to watch it evolve and unfold, and the stories of the individuals that we have locally here, of course, in America, and then Canada, and as they start connecting their family and friends, and I just anticipate the stories, Andrew, of everybody starting to get people connected and just really watching this thing evolve because AI is going to evolve as we know, and it's evolving. But to actually have all the unlimited stories that we're going to be having access to with individuals that are playing it out in their own individual lives. I can't wait to hear. I just know when we go to our conventions and people start having their testimonies. And I mean, again, nobody's older than 2 days old with using the technology. Out of the 40,000, I'd be willing to say maybe 1,000 probably have started to get familiar with it. You know, um, people are busy, but I just know this is a slow build, but solid build because once you have knowledge, you never go backwards. Now you know how to do these different things. And it's a very international language that's being talked about now. And there's certain companies that are in position and are trying to take over whole markets. You got China, America competing and all this competing and vying over technology and even military, yeah, but just the technology part, it's people are on a mission to try to capture the whole market, which is to our benefit because they're moving out to try to get customers all over the place. And in regards to what we're thinking and talking about, that just means that many more people connected in this network. So therefore, information flow, which has really been holding us all back, is just not enough information to keep up. But now the youth that's coming up, the 10-year-olds, the 20-year-olds, the 30, whoever, they are immediately going to be speaking a language and anybody's language all over the place. So I just see an extremely bright future compared to, let's say, 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 10 years ago. A lot of barriers just no longer exist. But go ahead.
All right, well, thank you, sir. So I'm going to move right into how multilingual LEV AI tools can accelerate Agenda 2063, the Sustainable Development Goals, and Africa's continental free trade area integration. And this is another area that speaks very closely, dearly to me, Remus. I was present here in Los Angeles in 2012 when, at that time, Congresswoman Karen Bass had an open town hall at Holman United Methodist Church on Adams Boulevard. And our guest was Madam Zuma. Madam Zuma at that time was the representative of the African Union, all 54 countries of the African continent. She represented all of them. She made a special trip here to Los Angeles to encourage us here to engage with this vision that she was sharing with the rest of the world. It was called Agenda 2063. And she had offered this as a view backwards. She was offering this as a testimony as an author living in 2063, looking back to what had happened over the years. And the idea was to provide a way to show how in 2063 all of the African, all the countries on the African continent had been connected together and unified, but they had actually then connected with all the worldwide diaspora. So Africa represented, and that portion of the idea, the new global economy. So they laid out a plan to accomplish these objectives. They laid out several 10-year plans. So from 2013 to 2023, that was phase one. We're now in phase two of that plan. And the heart of this phase two is called the African Continental Free Trade Area. So, how multilingual LEV AI tools can accelerate Agenda 2063, the Sustainable Development Goals, and Africa's Continental Free Trade Area integration, they're all connected together, Remus, in ways that some people may not quite understand. It was, in fact, Africa that put together a regional vision for what we now know as the Sustainable Development Goals back again in 2013. This is before the transition to the Sustainable Development Goals. So, really, the bulk of the targets that are outlined in the Sustainable Development Goals were heavily influenced by Africa. So, there is, in fact, a very close relationship between the Agenda 2063 and the Sustainable Development Goals. Just a point of reference for those that want to check my facts and see how closely this is truly tied together.
You know, Andrew, as you mentioned that, I do remember being there, working together in the community and different locations where people were coming through LA, and that happens a lot, of course, because LA is a big city and a lot of things going on. And I'm just excited that now, as we connect with these different organizations throughout America that are doing some good stuff, now the real time ability to have LEV AI as a very direct language. That's what's happening now. So with CARICOM, all the different organizations that are already very intentionally bringing together Latin America, bringing together the Caribbean, bringing together just different regions, different organizations that are already have a network, but they can't possibly have what Live AI brings to the table. And to make it available to the masses, while AI is doing what it's doing all over the planet, nooks and crannies all over the place. But to just have this universal abilities that it's just really like a curriculum on education. I just see it as now, go to high school or don't go to high school. You have access if you got the right teachers and the right people around you. They can guide you at home. Just get whatever data, examples, and videos and people from wherever you can tap into and go out and make things happen like right now. So I'm excited, man.
So, again, we're inviting people to enroll get with either Remus or myself. Again, mine is Andrew Williams, but my Get Lev AI is a bit different. It's not a number. It's at Andrew Networks. But Remus is 131590. And again, I'm sharing here on a daily schedule. This is our first iteration of our events being shown are being held at 11 o'clock p.m. So we're doing this at 11 o'clock a.m. and 11 o'clock p.m. for those of our special networks.
Now, let me say this also, Andrew.
Yes,
I
sir.
got to imagine that because I've been blessed and our team, therefore, is blessed to have direct access to Randy. And anybody, then we start hearing our presentations, most of the time so far, we've been hearing Randy's been doing the presentations twice a day, and
Right.
so I can see a time soon where he'll stay up and he'll come in on this call, and as our audience begins to grow, and even without knowing that we're reaching out to your market that you've developed and Gotham and other people that are real time right now. I gotta believe that, in far as Lev AI is concerned, nobody has a global footprint in the business like we do with Andrew Networks, with Awesome Intelligence, with myself, Excellence Management, what we're doing. So it's no stretch to my imagination at all that Randy will be very excited that we will be a strong conduit to connect a lot of Africa. And I could easily see um, in the very near future connections being made with people like Gautam and in India, Bangladesh, a lot of places that this company Lev AI is very excited to show the world how global our reach is. Obviously, AI is everywhere, but to start to get the traction of real people having real examples, I see that like I'm looking at myself in the mirror right now. I can see it that clearly to where I know that just the rapport that we've been able to build with Randy just in the last couple weeks here, and Michael Dalco, and you guys don't know these names just yet, but trust me, you will. And even Blake, when you see the presentation, Blake is the son of Randy, and so but he's the CEO of LEV AI and have great international experiences with building networks and teams and distribution, and so they have all of the logistics down, but now just bringing it all the way current with what we have. So I'm excited that our team here, I have no doubt, will get an exact around the world. I say our team here, through Andrew and this particular. This is pretty much an Eastern call. When I say Eastern, I don't mean Eastern America. I mean Eastern side of the world. I say Eastern to us. To me, that means Africa. That means Asia, Middle East, of course. And so east of us, and going that way, going around the world, whichever direction you go, through New York or go through LA, and just go west or go east. Eventually, you're reaching back to the motherland. So I know that as there's so much interest in Africa now, around the globe, and minerals and all kinds of conversations, I'm excited that we are this little engine over here that could, compared to 8 billion people, 40,000 is not much right now. But watch that number grow to 50,000. Watch it grow to 60. Watch it grow to 100, and continue to just grow, because people talk to people and information is shared all over the planet already. So I'm excited, man.
Sure, sure. Okay, so here we go with introducing multilingual AI avatars, a solution built for entrepreneurs and small businesses. But in dealing specifically with Africa, Africa is moving through a historic convergence. The second 10-year implementation plan of Agenda 2063, the global decade of action to deliver the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030, and the rollout of the African Continental Free Trade Area, the largest free trade area, the largest free trade zone in the world. Together, these frameworks can reshape Africa into a prosperous, integrated, and globally influential continent. Yet frameworks alone are not enough. To succeed, activists, goodwill ambassadors, and entrepreneurs must be equipped with tools that break down language barriers, attract global investment, and accelerate intra-African trade flows. Multilingual LEV AI tools, including AI twins that replicate activists' voices and messages in multiple languages, offer a step-by-step pathway to translate this vision into action. Step 1. Break the language barriers. Africa's 2,000 plus languages make collaboration difficult across borders. LEV AI solves this with multilingual AI twins, digital, digital avatars that speak in Arabic, French, Swahili, English, Portuguese, and beyond. AFCFTA entrepreneurs can negotiate trade in multiple languages simultaneously. African NGOs can pitch in Arabic to Gulf investors, Mandarin to Chinese partners, or Portuguese to Brazilian stakeholders. Local cooperatives can deliver campaigns in indigenous languages, ensuring inclusivity. By eliminating language as a barrier, LEV AI makes both AFCFTA and SDG outreach universal and accessible. Step 2. Attract global and continental investment. LEV AI's grant and investor discovery engine matches African initiatives with both global investors and African capital sources. Middle East, sovereign wealth funds financing energy and infrastructure. Europe, EU climate and green transition funds. Asia, India and Chinese infrastructure partnerships. BRICS, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. South to South financing and development banks. And intra-Africa, development banks and diaspora financing for AFCFTA linked projects. This ensures that Africa's development is supported by both external partnerships and continental resources. Number 3, Facilitating AFCFTA transactions. AFCFTA is more than a trade policy. It is about transactions and trust. LEV AI helps make trade seamless by translating trade contracts into multiple African Union languages, managing customer relationship management systems that track buyers, sellers, and supply chains across borders, providing dashboards that visualize trade flows and compliance with AFCFTA rules. Example, a textile exporter in Ethiopia can finalize contracts with Nigerian buyers and South African regulators instantly translated into the necessary languages. Step 4. Build trust through transparency. Global investors and African trade and partners demand accountability. LEV AI provides dashboards that measure results against Agenda 2063 aspirations and SDG indicators. Multilingual reports that align with AFCFTA and African Union monitoring frameworks. Automated updates that keep donors, investors, and regulators informed. This creates the trust needed to attract capital and strengthen intra-African supply chains. Step 5. Manage partnerships across borders. Sustained partnerships require ongoing relationship management. LEV AI enables activists to track interactions with investors, donors, and trade partners, automate follow-ups in the language of each stakeholder, align project timelines with African Union, AFCFTA, and United Nations standards. This ensures continuity, professionalism, and mutual confidence across the borders. Step 6. Accelerate intra-African trade. AFCFTA envisions one market of 1.3 billion people. LEV AI accelerates progress by running multilingual awareness campaigns about AFCFTA benefits, supporting small and medium enterprises with AI-guided compliance for cross-border trade, linking African youth entrepreneurs to regional supply chains and e-commerce platforms. The result? Africa trading more with itself than the outside world, unlocking prosperity at home. And step 7, position Africa globally. Agenda 2063's Aspiration 7 calls for Africa to be a strong global player. LEV AI tools help by giving African leaders multilingual capacity to engage at COP, BRICS, G20, and UN forums, allowing ambassadors to present continental scale projects that align AFCFTA with the SDGs, ensuring Africa's priorities are clearly communicated to global power brokers and investors. With LEV AI, Africa doesn't just participate in global dialogues, it leads them. So, in conclusion, from vision to action, the SDGs, Agenda 2063, and AFCFTA are interconnected roadmaps. Delivering them requires tools that bridge language, trade, and investment gaps. Multilingual LEV AI tools empower African activists, ambassadors, and entrepreneurs to speak every language, secure global and continental investment, facilitate AFCFTA transactions, build trust through transparency, manage cross-border partnerships, accelerate intra-African trade, and position Africa as a global leader. The frameworks exist. The investors are ready. The tools are here. And now is the time to act together in every language across every border. Andrew Williams Jr., Global Brand Ambassador, Andrew at Andrew Networks, or Instagram me Ambassador AWJ. So with that, Mr. Muhammad, I'll turn it back to you for any comments or questions before I move to the end.
Well, I just want to say that's brilliant, man. We're so blessed on our team, your individual contacts, but now all of us being able to ride the success. And it's obviously been a long time coming. There's been a lot of energy that you've put in, and a team has been developed. And like you mentioned, a lot of the compacts and a lot of the intentions that have been organizing for quite some time. But I'm just so excited because the barriers, as you just so beautifully articulated, are really non-existent in a lot of ways now. Yeah, there's still politics and there's certain things, but man, the grooved in channels that exist already, the trade that's already happening, those particular channels is what I'm excited about. Um, just letting them know that they can just add this to what they're already doing, and then their reach is definitely going to be that much more effective and that much further right now.
Well, with that, I'm going to bring to this a close and a message from our sponsor. And the sponsor is 24/7 365 AI Junior Research. Sure. Andrew Williams Jr. And I have to thank Mr. Reamus Muhammad for encouraging me to take this step and identify the potential solutions I can bring to our own community. So, no further ado, let me introduce the 24/7 365 AI Junior Research Assistant Subscription Plan for nonprofits, entrepreneurs, businesses, and cultural diplomacy leaders. That's me, Andrew Williams Jr., a junior research assistant, and I'm offering these subscription plans based on my 20 plus years of freelance business support. So it's very simple. The idea is this: the more time you take, the more it costs. But you can get started for as little as $7. And that'll give you 15 minutes, ideal for quick fact checks, eligibility lookups, or small projects. And you take that benefit with you to the next stage, where you can take up to 45 minutes, anytime from 9 to 5. This is perfect for donor discovery, market trends, or organizational research. Your next level up is 75 minutes, anytime from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. This is designed for policy updates, analysis, or competitive benchmarking. And finally, at our enterprise level, 127 minutes, you can have this available 24 hours a day, subject to booking availability. And this is suited for high-level support, funding, preparation, or strategic monitoring. And again, you can reach me in Instagram Ambassador AWJ, email Andrew at Andrew Networks, or Cash App Pay Andrew Networks. And you can also schedule your 15-minute appointment by going to calendly.com/Andrew Networks. So this is back on September 15th, a long time ago. Andrew Williams Jr. today announced the launch of his AI Junior Research Assistant subscription plan. The new service designed to provide nonprofits, entrepreneurs, and cultural leaders around the world with affordable, on-demand, online research support. The subscription builds upon Williams' 20-plus years of freelance experience, delivering 24/7, 365 secretarial and business support services to solopreneurs, small business owners, and nonprofit organizations. For over 2 decades, he has helped clients worldwide with administrative support, document preparation, donor prospecting, grant applications, and strategy development. This new offering extends that legacy, integrating AI-driven research tools with live, personalized assistance. A service rooted in experience reinvented for the digital era. At the heart of this subscription model is simplicity and transparency. Each plan begins with a 15-minute live Zoom research session for only $7 per month, with recordings and summaries provided for client reference. Additional time can be added in 15-minute blocks at $15 each giving clients the flexibility to scale their usage month by month. By combining AI-powered research tools with 2 decades of proven business support expertise, Williams delivers more than just data. He provides context, reliability, and practical applications tailored to the unique needs of his clients. So there are 4 subscription tiers. Starter plan, as I said, is $7 per month. You get 15 minutes of targeted research to the topic of your choice, ideal for quick fact checks, eligibility lookups, or small projects. Again, growth plan number 2 gives you 45 minutes of research, and that's $37 per month. They're perfect for solopreneurs, nonprofits, and students needing donor discovery, market trends, blah, blah, blah. And number 4, Pro Plan, $67 per month, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., up to 75 minutes of research, and it's designed for busy professionals, consultants, or organizations requiring deeper analysis, competitive benchmarking, or policy updates. And finally, the Enterprise Plan of $127 per month. That gives you 2 hours and 7 minutes of research with priority scheduling and suited for executives and organizations needing continuous support, funding preparation, or strategic policy monitoring. Built for solopreneurs, nonprofits, and community leaders, Williams has long been a source for solopreneurs and small nonprofits who lack access to in-house administrative staff or full-time researchers. With his 24/7, 365 support model, he has filled a critical gap by offering flexible, reliable services tailored to the realities of small organizations. Over the past 20 years, I've seen firsthand how difficult it is for small nonprofits and entrepreneurs to compete without affordable access to research and administrative support, Williams said. This subscription service blends my background in secretarial and business support with the latest AI tools, giving clients the insight they need to stay competitive and mission focused. This also aligns with global goals. As a Goodwill ambassador and advocate of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, Williams designed the subscription plans to align with such priorities as SDG 4, quality education, SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, and SDG 17, partnerships for the goals. There are practical applications that subscribers can use the service for. Those include donor and grant prospecting, market and competitor analysis, policy and regulatory monitoring, partnership and investor research, administrative document support, and student or academic supplemental research. But unlike generic AI platforms, Williams' service combines human judgment with advanced AI search capabilities. Every session is conducted live on Zoom, allowing clients to watch research unfold, ask clarifying questions, and receive immediate answers. Sessions are recorded for replay and paired with written summaries, ensuring accountability and usefulness beyond the meeting. Subscription plans are available immediately and can be booked through Williams' Calendly system, or you can reach him directly at andrew@andrewnetworks.com. Payments are accepted via Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle, making this service accessible to clients worldwide. About Andrew Williams Jr. Andrew Williams Jr. is a seasoned social entrepreneur, cultural diplomacy advocate, and AI researcher with more than 20 years of freelance experience in 24/7, 365 secretarial and business support services. He has helped solopreneurs, business owners, and nonprofits worldwide with administrative support, grant applications, research, and strategy. Today, Williams continues to integrate culture, technology, and sustainability in alignment with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and the rapidly changing technology workspace with the advent of AI. For contacts and bookings, email him at andrew@andrewnetworks, Cash App, $pay Andrew Networks, or booking calendly.com/Andrew Networks. Or you can reach him by WhatsApp at this time at 213-781-4256. And Reamus Muhammad, that brings us to a close of my presentation for this evening.
Great job, man. Great job. Great job. I learned a lot. And I'm excited for all those that will listen to this later on. They can unpack it, rewind it. There's a lot of good meat there. So as far as what you're doing and how you see LEV AI definitely playing out, and I see it too, and I look forward to the company seeing the same vision. And because you've got a lot grouped in, and so man, I'm excited. I'm excited for Awesome Intelligence. I'm excited for you, for me, for everybody that's coming on board. It's been a long time coming, and now we get to build it how we want. So good job tonight, man.
All right. Thank you so much. Now, Galton Chowdhury, if you like, now's the time to introduce yourself. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you coming aboard, and we look forward to rolling our Twin AI service out within, I think he said, a week to 10 days. But to me, that's going to be the game changer, Gautam, so that you can then begin to take advantage of these tool sets in India that will help us connect to the rest of our world together. So with that, thank you so very much for attending. I'm going to wrap it up as we speak. As soon as I'm able to access tools and controls I need. So again, thank you very much.